So I just asked Claude Code to refactor an entire authentication module across 14 files. It read my existing tests, updated the implementation, fixed the imports, ran the test suite, and committed the results, all from a single prompt in my terminal. No copy-pasting, no switching tabs, no babysitting. That took about 90 seconds. And honestly, it changed how I think about working with AI. So let me show you exactly how this works, step by step, because once you see it, you're not going back to autocomplete. Let's be honest about where we are right now. You've got Copilot in your editor, and yeah, it's nice. It completes a line, sometimes a whole function, but it has no idea what your project actually does. It doesn't know your folder structure. It hasn't read your tests. It doesn't understand your dependencies. Then there's the ChatGPT workflow. You copy code out of your editor, paste it into a chat window, get a response back, paste it in, realize it broke something, go back, paste the error, wait again. You're basically acting as a slow manual middleware between an AI and your code base. And neither of these tools can actually do anything. They can't run your tests, they can't check if the code even compiles. They suggest, you execute every single time. That loop is exhausting, and it's the real bottleneck. Claude Code is a fundamentally different thing. It's not autocomplete, it's not a chat window you paste into, it's an agent that lives in your terminal and actually operates on your code. It reads your files, all of them, it understands how your project fits together, it writes code directly into your code base, and then it runs it. It executes shell commands, runs your tests, checks the output, and iterates if something fails. It does Git operations. It has full file system access. Think of it less like a copilot and more like a senior developer pair programming with you. Except this one never gets tired and it already read every file in your repo. Getting started takes one line. Open your terminal and run curl-fssh/httpc/install.shpipe-bash. That's it. No package manager drama, no dependency rabbit holes. It downloads, installs, and you're done in about 15 seconds. Now here's where it gets interesting. cd into any project directory and type Claude. Just that one word. The first time you run it, it asks you to log in with your Anthropic account. After that, Claude Code does something important. It indexes your project, it reads your file structure, understands what frameworks you're using, spots your config files. It builds a mental map of your code base before you even ask your first question. And from this point on, you're in a conversation, not a chat window in a browser, not a sidebar in your editor. You're right here in your terminal, where you already live. Ask it something. Let's do that now. So here's a real scenario. You type, why are users getting 403 on the /API/upload endpoint? Watch what happens. Claude doesn't guess. It doesn't hallucinate some generic answer about permissions. It goes to work. You see it reading your auth middleware, then your upload route. Then it searches for every permission check in your codebase, and then it comes back with a precise answer. Line 47 in auth.ts. Your middleware requires admin role, but your upload route should allow editors too. That's not a suggestion from a Stack Overflow snippet. That's Claude reading your code, tracing the actual logic and finding the exact line causing the bug. But here's the part that changes everything. It doesn't just tell you. It offers to fix it. Say yes, and it edits the file right there. You review the diff, run your tests, and move on. That whole loop, question, investigation, fix happened in one conversation without leaving your terminal. So what just happened isn't a trick. It's what Claude Code was built to do, and that bug fix only scratched the surface. Let me walk you through what's actually in the toolbox. Claude can read and edit any file in your project, not snippets you paste in the actual files on disk. It can run shell commands. That means it can execute your test suite, read the failures, and fix the code that caused them, all in one turn. It does regex search across your entire codebase. So when you ask, where is this function called? It actually looks. It can fetch documentation from the web when it needs context you don't have locally. It handles Git operations, commits, branches, even writing pull request descriptions based on the diff. And when a task gets complex, it can spawn subagents, separate Claude instances that work on isolated parts of a problem in parallel. These aren't plugins you install, they're built in from day one. This is what an agent with real tools looks like. Here's something most people skip, and it's the single biggest lever you have, CLAUDE.md. It's a markdown file that lives in the root of your repo, and every time you start a session, Claude reads it first, before you say anything. Think of it like onboarding a new developer. You wouldn't just throw someone into a codebase and say, figure it out. You'd tell them, we use React 18 with TypeScript. Run npm run build for production. Always run tests before you commit. Never touch the end files. That's exactly what clzude.dam does. You write it once, and every session, Claude follows those rules. It knows your stack, your conventions, your boundaries, and if you don't want to write it from scratch, just type /init. Claude will scan your project, look at your package.json, your configs, your folder structure, and draft one for you. You review it, tweak it, commit it to the repo. Now every person on your team gets the same context every time. This is how you stop repeating yourself. Alright, let's go deeper. 3 features that separate casual users from people who actually ship with this thing. First, plan mode. You press Shift Tab and Claude switches from doing to thinking. It analyzes your requests, writes out a step-by-step plan, and waits. You read the plan. You say, actually, don't touch the auth module. Then it executes. This is your safety net for large refactors. You never get a surprise 20-file diff again. Second, hooks. These are commands that fire automatically at specific moments. For example, you can set up a hook that runs ESLint every time Claude edits a file, or a hook that blocks any shell command containing rm-rf. Your rules enforced automatically, not by asking nicely. Third, MESPP servers. This is where it gets wild. Model Context Protocol lets Claude connect to external tools. GitHub, Postgres, Slack, Sentry, hundreds of integrations. I have one that lets Claude query my production database read-only. It can check real data while debugging. You configure it once in your settings and it's just available. Every session. You don't need to memorize all of these, but 3 of them will change how you work. /model. By default, you're on Sonnet fast, cheap, great for everyday tasks. But when you hit a gnarly architecture problem, you type /model opus, and you're on the most powerful model available. I switched to opus for complex refactors and back to Sonnet for quick fixes. Match the model to the problem. /compact. This one saves you money and keeps sessions sharp. After a long conversation, your context window fills up. Things get slower, responses get less focused. Type /compact and Claude summarizes the entire session, keeps the important decisions, drops the noise. I do this every 30 minutes or so on long sessions, and /permissions. This controls exactly what Claude can and cannot do. Can it run shell commands without asking? Can it write outside your project folder? When you're working on a team, this is how you set trust boundaries. So far, everything I've shown you has been interactive. You and Claude, back and forth in the terminal. But here's where it gets serious. Claude-P, the -P flag. You pass a prompt. Claude does the work and exits. No interaction. That means you can put it in a shell script. You can put it in a shell script. You can put it in a CI pipeline. Imagine a GitHub action that runs Claude-P, fix all lint errors, and commit on every pull request. That's not science fiction. People are doing this right now. For those of you who prefer a GUI, Claude Code runs inside VS Code and JetBrains. Same engine, Same power, but you get inline diffs, visual plan review, and you can accept or reject changes file by file. The terminal gives you full control. The IDE gives you full visibility. And the best part, your CLAUDE.md, your hooks, your MCP servers, all of it works everywhere. Terminal, IDE, CI, one configuration, every environment. Now here's the thing that actually made me trust this tool, because let's be honest, the first time you let an AI loose in your code base, there's that moment of, wait, what is it doing to my files? Claude Code has a permission system that puts you fully in control. By default, it asks before every single action, every file edit, every command you approve it, but hit Shift-Tab, and you can cycle through modes. Accept edits lets it auto-approve file changes while still asking before shell commands. Plan mode is completely read-only. Claude thinks, analyzes, strategizes, but touches nothing. Perfect for when you just want to explore a new codebase safely. And auto mode uses a smart classifier to decide what's safe to run on its own. You can even go deeper. Open settings.json and set fine-grained allow and deny rules for specific commands, like allow Git operations but block anything with sudo. It's your machine, your rules, always. So let's just take a step back and think about what we've actually been looking at here. Your entire code base, one conversation. It reads your code and understands the architecture. It finds bugs you didn't know were there. It writes fixes and explains why they work. It runs your tests to make sure nothing broke. It commits the changes with a clean message. All from the terminal you already live in. No context window tricks. No copy-pasting files into a chat box. No hoping the AI remembers what you told it 3 prompts ago. Just a developer tool that works the way a developer thinks. If you want to try this, and I genuinely think you should, there's a free tier. No credit card, just open your terminal and run the install command on screen. The link is also in the description. It works on Mac, Linux, and Windows. In the terminal, in your IDE, wherever you write code. Next video, I'm going to take Claude Code into a real project, a messy one, and build a full feature from scratch. You'll see every prompt, every decision, every mistake. So subscribe if you don't want to miss that. Go install it, break something, then let Claude fix it. I'll see you in the next one.